Celebrity Corner. Celebrity Corner. Welcome to the Vegas Voice Celebrity Corner with your host, Evan Davis. Your front row seat to behind-the-scenes interviews with Las Vegas celebrities and performers. And now, here's your host, Evan Davis.
Well, I want to thank for that introduction. Was just wonderful. Johnny Bird, thanks a lot for that introduction. And I have a great guest with me today. Now, there's more than I can say about her. She's a dancer, vocalist, model, actress, been on TV, movies, commercials, but I'm going to let her tell you a little about that. I want to introduce Hannah Brady.
Hi, y'all.
Welcome.
How's it going? Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks. Happy to be
I
here.
want to learn about you as much as they do. So tell me about how'd you get to Vegas? Because I know a little about that.
It's kind of a funny story, actually. So I was literally on vacation, and I was trying out Vegas. I brought my dog because I've been thinking about moving here for years, actually, for like 6 or 7 years. And I just came for a 10-day trip, but it was March 10th, 2020 that I decided to come. And my friend who I was staying with, she was like, hey, is your flight still happening? And I was like, yeah, why wouldn't it be? She goes, there's some virus, I don't know, there's some flights getting canceled. And I was like, that sounds like baloney. And then I never left, so. So yeah.
Where were you going back to?
I was going back to Puerto Vallarta. I usually live there every winter.
Actually, funny, I was on a cruise ship that docked back in LA on March 7th.
No way.
Yes, and I was in Puerto Vallarta. It was one of the stops
No
on
way.
that. Yeah.
So we just
You
missed
look
each other.
Familiar. I know. So, what kind of dog do you have?
Oh, he's a mutt. He's a Chihuahua, Dachshund, something like that.
Cool.
But we don't know because he's literally from the streets.
Okay.
We'll never know unless I do one of those tests on him.
No, you don't
He's
have
about this
to.
big, though. You know, he's the best.
Good. So tell me a little about your background. What's going on?
Well, I'm from Central Jersey, which does exist, by the way. I would know because I'm from there. I started out as a dance competition kid. So basically from the age of 3 till 14 or 15, I was competing. So that was my whole life. I mean, I didn't do any sports at school. I didn't do a whole lot of extra clubs because I was dancing all the time. We would compete against other studios. We'd go to nationals every summer. I did baton a little bit, only because they made me. I was not good. I'm not trying to pretend I was good at it. And then as I got older, I started getting into musicals and did community theater. I started auditioning for commercials in the city when I was younger. Again, I wasn't good at that either. So, and then in college, and I started being, in and out of the city even more, and just taking class at like Broadway Dance Center and Steps on Broadway. I mean, I was in class all the time. Gosh, I was broke and, working, in restaurants at night, auditions during the day, classes, voice lessons. It was a lot, so I was working myself to the bone, and eventually started doing cruise ships and international productions and ended up in Vegas.
Yeah, you've lived in quite a few countries.
Yeah. I ended up, I think like one of the turning points in my career was I got to go to China to do the lead that was added last minute to an already existing production. They had been going back and forth about like, do we want a singer now? We could just use the tracks. But then the producer was eventually, like when they were literally already cast and had a whole cast of dancers and acrobats, the producer was finally like, you know what, we really need a singer. Like it's just not the same without having a body on stage with these characters. And I got called in to do that after like a really fast, confidential audition process. Like it was like bing, bang, boom, I'm moving to China. And I have to always thank Drew Gasparini, who was my voice coach at the time. He was the one who kind of put my name forward, and that job changed my life. It was really, really cool.
Well, great.
Yeah, so I ended up living in China on and off for like 3 years.
Wow. Do you speak Mandarin or?
No, I don't. I learned what I needed to get by. Again, I don't pretend to be anywhere near fluent. Mandarin is really hard to learn. Have you ever attempted?
No, but I've lived in South Florida for many years, so I know how it
China,
is trying
South
to
Florida.
get
No, but it was tough. It was really tough to learn. It's really hard to pronounce those. Like I literally had a tutor try and show me how to like move my tongue to make certain vocal sounds in the language, and it was just really hard.
Really?
But actually, ironically enough, the time that I was in China, I was living with 4 girls in my cast who were all from Argentina, Mexico, and Spain. And so I actually learned a lot more Spanish while I was living in China than I did Mandarin. So.
Well, did that help in Puerto Vallarta?
Oh yeah, I'm fluent now.
Oh, you're fluent in Spanish now? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely always rusty when I'm not living there, but I actually speak Spanish to my dog to practice. So, because I got the dog, it's complicated. I got the dog in Mexico. So he already spoke Spanish because of the people who trained him originally.
Yeah.
And so I just practice with him because he knows all of his commands in both languages.
Really?
Yeah.
My dog doesn't know his commands in any language.
Yeah. He's really well trained. I'm not going to take credit for it, but he's really well trained.
Well, that's good.
I've maintained his training, I guess.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It takes a while. I mean, you got to really train and have patience.
Yeah.
But enough about dogs. Let's talk about your career now.
I could talk about my dog all day. Don't get me started.
I know.
Stop me now.
So what are you doing in town now?
So right now I am working on preparing for my Christmas version of my holiday show. My Christmas version of my jazz show called Goldenary Evening. I think, did you get to see anything about it when it was at the Nevada Room a couple months ago?
I didn't know. No.
I'll forgive you eventually. So, no, but that was a show that I debuted in Mexico, and it's now here, and we're doing a holiday version of it at the Space on December 8th as part of Wine Wednesdays, which is a series they've been doing. Ann Martinez was just there yesterday, and the Doo-Wop Kings were the week before. So mine is going to be the last to close the season of Wine Wednesdays.
That's good.
And I have, this is my first time doing it with a small band as opposed to just a piano player. So I'm going to have Dan Ellis on piano.
Yep.
I'm very lucky to have him, as well as Danny DeMorales is going to be on bass, and we're going to have George Bryant on percussion. As of now, forbidding any changes, musicians book a lot. But
I just saw Dan performing at the Star Club with Ruby.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
he's really great. He's my MD. So.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm lucky I can grab him from all the gigs he's got going on.
I know it's tough.
And then other than that, I'm picking up, private parties as a jazz singer or environmental singer, you have, ambiance, music. So I'm picking up some stuff like that for the holidays. I'm still open to more bookings.
What kind of genre do you profess to be, basically?
My best?
Yeah.
Well, I've always had a jazz and soul background, even though I didn't really pick up on it until I was in my early 20s. But yeah, I'd say jazz, rock, and blues are my favorite thing to sing.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think those are my strengths. But I come from a musical theater background, so I have that as well. I think it shows because jazz and musical theater are closely linked.
You need to go over to a place called the Gambit.
Yeah?
It's a new club, old club redone. It's a new name, new club, and basically a jazz club on the weekends, Friday and Saturday nights.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been popping around to a lot of different places. I go to open mic at the Shag Room and just like to jam with people. I really, really love, they had me at Buddy V's recently just to sit in with George and Nicholas Cole. We just do a sub session and just have a great time.
I'll give you a name
That'd be
after the show to get in touch with.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're doing a variety show
that I am.
January.
Oh, well, some friendly gentlemen invited me to do the Afternoon Affair. I believe Murray Sawchuk's in it as well, and some other really great performers. That's January. Is it the 5th?
Good.
Subtle. Yeah, I'm doing that, and I'm teaching dance classes and stuff. I got to try and stay busy these days. After so many months without work, I can't stop.
Yeah. Well, you did. I saw your commercial.
For Virgin Hotels. Yeah,
Virgin Hotels.
Yeah, that was really exciting. That was the most fun shoots I've done in a long time, and I'm picking up some commercial work in LA soon as well.
How do you get a commercial? I mean, do you have an agent or?
You can. I haven't had representation since I was a teenager. I just get a lot of it through word of mouth, freelancing, being diligent on the internet. You can always see all my stuff on hannahabrady.com, and I have an email list, and then a lot of people just reach out. So. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you write?
Do I write?
Write songs? Are you?
No, I don't purport myself to be a songwriter. No.
Okay.
But
there was a song I heard on YouTube that you did. that it was something about love. You loved me then, or something. You were
Lush
sitting
Life?
on the floor. No, Lush Life is one of my favorite songs.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but no, you were sitting on the floor singing, and I said the words really were great, and I wasn't familiar with it, but I'll talk to you about it afterwards.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now I want to have you back again.
That'd be great.
Because there's a lot of things I want to talk to you about
Thank you.
in the future. But right now we're going to basically say goodbye. See you next time. And Hannah Brady, check her out.
Thank you.
Right down here, hannahabrady.com.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. See you next time.
Send me an email.
Celebrity Corner. Celebrity Corner. Thank you for joining the Vegas Voice Celebrity Corner with your host, Evan Davis. Your front row seat to behind-the-scenes interviews with Las Vegas celebrities and performers. Until we meet again, stay safe and stay cool, Las Vegas.